If you're planning to study, work, or settle in Australia, today's video might just save you a months of confusion and maybe even help you get your PR faster. How? Because we are diving deep into one of the biggest questions every international students face: IELTS versus PTE. So which test is better for Australia, like student visa, PR, everything. Now I know how overwhelming this can get. Everyone you talk to gives you a different answer. PTE is easier, IELTS is more recognized, PTE gives faster results, IELTS has better credibility. But here's the truth. The right test depends on you, your learning style, your timeline, and your PR strategy. So in this video, I'll break it down totally. The PR point systems, how English scores actually matter, what each test look like, how to choose smartly, and by the end of the video, you will exactly know which test will give you the best chance for PR or for student visa and how you're gonna get the scores you need. So let's go forward. Hey guys, hi, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is your KapsLock and today we are talking on something which you have been asking from me, which is IELTS versus PTE. Oh my god, this question everyone asks me. So this video would be, I believe, something that you might need a lot, and you make sure to share this to your friends, not just who are thinking to apply right now, who are already even here. They can also get help from this because this is related to PR, this is related to TR, this is related to student visa, this is related to everyone if you're thinking to come to Australia. Additionally, before I start, just to tell you, I've started a YouTube channel which is Caps Talks. This is only for podcasts on different topics like universities, courses, points, everything, entrepreneurship, businesses. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's gonna help me and I want your same support as you support me every time. Well, coming back, your PR crossroads. So IELTS versus PTE, let's talk. Think of your English test as your PR accelerator. Without it, you can't even apply, right? With the right score, it can push you ahead of thousands of other applicants. It does matter, yes. So Australia's skilled migration visas like subclass 189, 190, 491 all use a point system. You need a minimum of 65 points just to be eligible. But that's not just enough anymore. Realistically, you need 80 or more to get an invitation, being honest. And a big chunk of those points, which is up to 20 points, can come directly from your English test. So here's how it works actually. Competent English, just to tell you, competent English, which means IELTS 6 or PTE 50, has 0. Proficient English, which is IELTS 7 or PTE 65, means plus 10 points and in your PR file. And Superior English, which is IELTS 8 or PTE 79, means 20 points. So those 10 or 20 points can literally decide whether you're gonna get invited or you're gonna be waiting indefinitely for your visa, for your PR. So let's say you have 70 points total. If you push your English from proficient to superior, that becomes 80 or even 90, and suddenly your EOI jumps to the front of the queue. So your English test is just not an exam, it's a strategy. Well, why higher score matters, let's talk on this. A lot of people think I just need to pass, but that's the biggest mistake. Scoring IELTS 6 or PTE 50 just makes you eligible to apply. Scoring 7 and 65 in IELTS and PTE respectively gets you noticed. Scoring 8 to 79 can get you invited, even when others are just waiting for months. That's how serious it is. So for example, if you're an engineer applying for a 189 visa, the last few invitation rounds were mostly for applicants with 85 or 95 points. So if you're stuck at 75, you are gonna be like invisible in the system. But a few extra marks in English can change that completely, your life completely. So your English test is not just about communication, it's your PR leverage. So how IELTS and PTE affect your visa process, let's talk. Both PR and IELTS are fully accepted by the Department of Home Affairs. So they equally have proper weightage. The only difference is how they are structured and which one helps you perform better. So once you have your scores, you can use them in two key places. First, skill assessment, where your qualification and experience are verified, and second, EOI, expression of interest, so where your PR points are calculated and you apply for to get an invite. Most skill assessment bodies accept both IELTS and PTE, so you're safe either way. But here's a twist. Some specific professions like teaching, nursing may prefer IELTS academic for listening. So if you're in healthcare or education, double check your authority's requirement always. The good news, for PR, the Australian government takes and treats IELTS and PTE equally. There's no advantage for one or the other, in point system at least. So only in how you perform personally that matters on you. Well, let's deep dive into IELTS, the traditional route. let's start with IELTS, the one almost everyone's heard of. So it's been around since 1980s, co-founded by British Council, IDP and Cambridge. It's accepted by universities, immigration departments and employers around the whole globe. Structure: IELTS test has 4 sections: listening, reading, writing and speaking. You can take it on a paper or a computer. For PR, you can do either academic or general. Most people choose general training since it's designed for immigration. So the test takes you about 2 hours or 2 hours plus 45 minutes. So here's a quick breakdown. Listening, 4 recordings, 40 questions, 30 minutes. You will hear British, Australian and other accent as well. Reading, 3 long passages, 40 questions and 60 minutes. Writing, 2 tasks. 1 short letter or report, which would be around 150 words, and 1 essay, which would be around 250 words. Speaking, a face-to-face interview with an examiner for about 12 minutes. It's going to be on any random topic. Maybe you're going to be talking on the laptop, maybe I'm talking on this mic, maybe on the camera, any topic. Now let's talk about what makes IELTS great and whether it can drive you crazy. So IELTS pros, let's talk. The pros are: first, global recognition. IELTS is known everywhere. It's safe, familiar and trusted for both PR and universities. Human interaction in speaking, that's a pro. If you're someone who communicates better face to face, IELTS can actually help you a lot. The examiner can understand your tone, your expression, things on AI usually miss. Options of paper or computer, yes. So some people type better, some people write better. So IELTS gives you both choices. Academic pathway ready. So if you plan to study further or register with a professional body, IELTS academic ticks both boxes. And the last is tons of practice materials. So you'll find endless resources, mock tests and sample answers on internet. You will never run out of study material for this exam. IELTS cons. So some of the points which are like a disadvantage in this exam. First, subjectivity in scoring. Writing and speaking are scored by humans. So sometimes even if you write well, you might end up at just 6.5 instead of 7. This inconsistency frustrates many test takers. Writing struggles. So the writing section is where most people get stuck. Yes, even I got stuck there. You could have good English and still get 6.5 because of the structure or minor grammar issues you might make. Another, longer wait for results. So IELTS usually take 3 to 5 days for computer based tests to get the results and up to 13 days for paper based. Not too bad, but still slower than PT. Limited retakes. So if you miss your score, you will have to wait for the next available date, which might be a week or more, you never know. Speaking nerves, yes, that's the last cons. Some people just freeze in front of an examiner and that can hurt your performance. You might not even able to speak in front of him. Now, PTE, the big part. Unleashed, right, the digital challenger. So let's talk about the PTE Academic, the younger, faster and more digital option. PTE is completely computer based and scored by AI right now. Trust me, AI is getting used there. No humans marking your speaking or writing, which means results are consistent and usually faster. Structure is the PTE test is around 2 hours long and has 3 main parts. Speaking, writing, this is one together, which is combined, about 54 to 67 minutes. Reading, 29 to 30 minutes and listening around 30 to 43 minutes. It's all on one day, no separate speaking interview. You will wear headphones, speak into a mic and type your answers. So PT pros are faster results. Most PT results came in within 48 hours, sometimes even 24. I got mine in just 18 hours. That's perfect if you're on a deadline and want to re-attempt quickly, just in case. Another pro is objective scoring, means the AI doesn't care about your accent or mood. If you pronounce clearly and stay fluent, you will score really well. Another is more test dates. You can book almost any day. And if you don't get your desired score, you can retake after just 5 days. Another is great for tech-savvy test takers. If you're comfortable with computers like me or like you, typing or multitasking, PT will feel really smooth and predictable to you. And the last is less stressful speaking. You're not sitting across from an examiner, so you're just talking to a computer. For many, it's easy. It's the same way I'm talking to this camera. Anyway. But there's one more point that I think I should mention. It's a con. I'll be coming to the cons, that when you're going to be speaking, everyone in the room starts speaking and that's a headache. But anyway, so the cons. First, accent sensitivity. The AI is trained on a range of accent, but unclear speech or heavy regional accents can confuse it. Weird task types, so you will face tasks like describe image or repeat 10 sentences. It's not exactly natural, so they take practice to master. So make sure to practice for this exam. Another problem is no partial retakes. So unlike IELTS, you can't redo one section. Once it's gone, it's gone. You have to take the whole test again, and it's going to take time. Another is no human review. If you think your score is wrong, you can request a review, but it rarely gets chances to get checked by a human because it's usually all AI. And the last is noisy environment, which I was mentioning. Everyone speaks at once. When it's a speaking test, everyone speaks. It takes focus to block out the sound, right? So a person is speaking from this way, a person is speaking from this way. You're like, oh, shut up, please, let me speak. But you can't say anything. Well, next part is strategic score maximization. Let's be real. No matter which test you take, strategy beats your luck. Yes. Here's how to get the best results possible. First, you should know your targets. For PR points, IELTS 7 or PTE 65 means 10 points, and IELTS 8 or PTE 79 each means 20 points. Aim higher than what you need. Always keep a buffer. It's not only for PR, it's for student visa, TR, everywhere. Another step, practice smart, not long. For IELTS, do timed writing every week. Record your speaking sessions and listen back. Work on task response. Answer exactly what's asked, not just random stuff. Fix the common 6.5 points trap. Incompatible answers or messy structure is not going to be helping you. For PTE, practice repeat sentence and write from dictation daily. It's really tough. Focus on fluency and pronunciation. Don't rush, speak slow. Well, I rush a lot, I know. I speak really fast, but anyway. Learn templates for describe images and essay, but sound natural. And do at least one full mock under time condition each week so that you can understand how the test's gonna be looking like. Last step is build a consistent routine. Spend 1 to 2 hours daily. Start with your weakest skill, yes. And don't jump between tests. Once you pick IELTS or PT, stick with it for at least a month before deciding to switch, because if you switch again and again, you won't get anywhere. Last, it's not a step, it's common mistakes to avoid. So assuming the test is going to be easy, no, it's not. Both IELTS and PT require serious preparation. Focusing only on one skill, you need consistent scores across all 4 pointers, which is listening, speaking, writing, and reading. So you need consistent scores. Another is ignoring timing. So many lose marks because they didn't finish the paper or missed answers. Memorizing essays. So examiners and AI can detect robotic writing instantly, so don't memorize it. Not reviewing mistakes. Every wrong answer in practice teaches you something. So keep a log out. Keep going. Now, the ultimate choice, which test is right for you? Now let's answer the $1 million question. Which one should you do? Ask yourself these particular questions and then you will know. First, are you more comfortable speaking to a person or to a computer? If you prefer human interaction, go for IELTS. If you are camera shy, go for PT. Do you type faster or write better by hand? Fast typers often do good in PT. Are you tech savvy or comfortable multitasking? If yes, PT might be feeling smoother for you. Do you plan to use your result for study or professional registration or migration? These things too. IELTS Academic might make more sense for you. Another question. Do you want quick results or frequent retakes? The answer is PT. It's going to be the biggest strength for you. And the last question. Have you been stuck at IELTS writing at 6.5 again and again? So maybe it's time to switch to PT and break that wall. At the end of the day, choose the test that lets you perform your particular best area, not the one your friend found from internet and says, hey, it's easy. No. Looking beyond the test, your PR strategy, let's talk. Don't forget, English is just part of the PR game. You also need to check your age points, work experience, qualifications, skill assessment, and sometimes state nomination or regional eligibility as well. If your total points are still low, explore state sponsorship visas like 190, 491. They give you extra points for nomination or regional work. But regardless of the path you take, stronger English is your biggest advantage. It's just not about points. It's what helps you actually settle and work confidently in Australia. Conclusion. If you're serious about PR, student visa, TR, start early, book your test date, 6 to 8 weeks from now, maybe how much time you need depends on you. That gives you time to prepare properly. And trust me, that has been with me, maybe with other people as well. I didn't started studying for the exam unless I booked it. So if you want to actually study for the exam, make sure to book it first, and then probably you're gonna be studying for the exam. Use official materials only. For IELTS, Cambridge and IDP is good. For PT, Pearson's practice platform is great. You can take different YouTube channels. There's so many channels. Take it. Learn from it. Take mock tests regularly. Track your progress. If you're hitting your target scores in practice, you're ready for the final deal, I would say. And remember, one low attempt doesn't define you. Most people who get PR didn't clear it in their first try. Trust me. They learned, they adapted, and tried again. Smarter this time. Well, I was the one who actually forgot their password in the exam IELTS test while I was here for applying for my TR. I've made a I've made a video on this already. It was a big mistake, but then later on I scored good. I guess I scored 75 or 79 in IELTS. Sorry, in PT when I applied for it. So whether you take IELTS or PT, focus on growth, not perfection. Trust me, because every attempt teaches you something new about your English, new about yourself. So be patient, be consistent, keep your eyes on the bigger goal. Don't think what your friend says. Your Australian big dream is the big dream. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to share this to your friends who are confused to choose IELTS or PT. And if you find this video helpful, make sure to like it, share this to your friends as I mentioned. Subscribe this channel for more videos. Subscribe my podcast channel, link is in the pinned comment and in the description. And subscribe the another channel which I made only for the vlogs for some of the people who were asking me to. I'm not going to be posting vlogs again back on this channel, so that's a separate channel. So follow me on Instagram. If you have any questions, DM me directly. Comment me the topics that you want me to cover and make videos on. And I'll see you in the next video. This is KapsLock signing off. I'll see you in the next video.